The Mad Stuntman is an alias of Mark Kwesi. Mark was born and raised in Trinidad and Tobago. When he was 9 years old, he moved to New York in the USA together with his mom. In the year 1994, Mark had a massive worldwide hit together with DJ producer Erick Morillo under the project name Reel to Reel. Their track I Like to Move It made it into the top 10 of charts all around the world. And even now, more than 25 years after the release, the track is still being used in commercials, TV shows and movies. So a good reason to sit down with Mark to ask him about the story behind I Like to Move It. My first question to him was how old he was when he started to get interested in music.
I was 15, 16, around that age when I started getting interested in singing. Reggae music, you know, I was listening to a lot of reggae artists at the time, and that's the groove that I wanted to get into. Okay. I wanted to be famous.
Yeah. So do you remember some of the artists or acts that you listened to a lot back then?
Yes, a lot of the acts back then was Shabba Ranks, Ninja Man, hold on, Yellow Man, Jimmy Cliff, Bob Marley, of course. Yeah. You know, Bob Marley was smooth, and you know, but I like the Peter Metro, those guys that, you know, chant, and you know, I like that style. Professor Nuts, Admiral Bailey, a lot of those artists I love listening to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're known as the Mad Stuntman. What's the reason you picked that name as your artist name?
I picked the Mad Stuntman off of, you remember the $6 Million Man with Lee Majors? He also does The Fall Guy. You ever saw the sitcom with The Fall Guy? Where he does his own stunts in that program? Mm-hmm. And because he does his own stunts, and I was like, oh, he's a stuntman. I said, you know what? That's going to be my name, Stuntman. And then my friends would dare me to go talk to a girl across the street, and I would go, you know, I would not hesitate, I would go. So that's where the mad part came into, you know, mad not meaning that you're crazy, but it's meaning when you're young and you say you're mad, they would dare you, you know, and I would go. Yeah. That's where the mad come in. Yeah. So the Mad Stuntman.
Yeah, so like a combination.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Reel to Reel project. For that one you did work together with DJ producer Erick Morillo. How did you and Erick got to meet each other?
I met Erick Morillo through a friend of mine and a friend of his. His name is El General, El General, that the Spanish would say. He's from Panama, and he's the first one to do the reggaeton flow of the Spanish, off of dancehall music. He was the first one to ever done it, you know. And he know a friend of mine that used to cut my hair at the time. I used to get all my fancy haircut back then, and I used to sing on the streets, so he would know that me singing on the streets, and my friend told him about me, and that's how I met El General. El General introduced me to Erick. He had a number. He was like, Stuntman, I have a number for you. I want you to call this guy. He's a producer, and call him, you know. I didn't know his name at the time. He would just call this guy. Erick, I think he said Erick. You know, call this guy, he's a producer. He used to travel with El General when El General was on tour.
So when did the two of you decide to start working together?
We decided to work together when I made that phone call to New Jersey from Brooklyn. I also put like $2 in coins in the phone booth. We didn't have cell phones. You know, we had to run to the phone booth and put your money in there and call. And when I called Erick, he was like, I want you to come to the studio. I want to meet you. So he gave me the directions to New Jersey. I took the train from Brooklyn, took the bus from Manhattan, and head to New Jersey. When I met Erick, he was in his mother's basement with a studio with a bunch of friends. And when I got there, they were playing dance music, house music. So I was like, man, I love this type of music. I want to do my style with this type of music. So he was like, really? Go into the booth. Let me hear what you got. And I went into the booth, and I was rapping off of the house music, and I was sweating, and it was like, come on out. I didn't want to come out the booth. He was like, come on out. I came out, and it was like, we're going to work with you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So In 1992, the first reel-to-reel track, the new anthem, came out, which made it to the #1 position of the Billboard Dance Club song chart straight away. That was a great start for the reel-to-reel project, right?
The reel-to-reel, the new anthem, like I came in around that time because the new anthem was El General's voice. That was El General.
Ah.
Yeah, not me. The time El General was no longer with Erick, I took over, you know, in trying to learn his words, what he was saying. And, you know, we would travel to clubs and different venues, and I would be, you know, singing whatever song those songs were, you know, like Funky Buddha. That's El General's voice. Buddha, that funky Buddha, boy, nice. Buddha, that funky Buddha. It was hilarious back then.
So the biggest hit the reel-to-reel had so far is definitely "I Like to Move It." Is there still something you remember from the writing process of that one?
"I Like to Move It." It was and is still the biggest song of my life right now. When we first recorded that song, we did Go On Move, and Go On Move was an underground track. It didn't really had a whole bunch of different like rapping, chanting lyrics, you know. It just had the hook line. Go on, move, make your body move, make us come out. You know, it was that type of thing, you know. And then when Erick made the track for "I Like to Move It," at the time it wasn't "I Like to Move It" yet, because he had made the track, and he was like telling me to go into the booth and try to come up with hooks. Just think of hooks and come up with hooks, you know? And in the studio, I would be like trying all type of different hooks, and then I came on to "I Like to Move It, Move It, I like to move it," and keep repeating it. Erick was like, keep on repeating it till we get the groove, you know? Then I would keep repeating. Then he was like, you know what? You need to use that rough voice you did on the other song. Yeah, we called it the Cookie Monster voice. Use the Cookie Monster voice. And I was like, "I like to move it," over and over. He said, keep doing it. And he would be behind the scenes taking the best parts of what I'm saying and created the hook. You know, and the reply of the hook, it was Erick and I think two other guys were like, "Move it." That's actually Erick's voice and someone else saying that the answer back. And the verses, I already had the verses like a reggae style, like a slow reggae style. "Woman, you're cute, you don't need no makeup," and I had it in a song version. And Erick said, you know, you don't have to sing it the whole song. You can repeat what you're saying. If you take certain parts of your song that you wrote already and just sing it repeatedly wherever you feel like you want to do it. And then I was adding different things to it, like all girls all over the world, because women is what I love, you know, and that's giving me the motivation to sing. That's how "I Like to Move It" came about. "I Like to Move It" is based on women beautiful without any makeup, because when you were young, when we were teenagers, me and my friends, we would go walking down Flatbush, Brooklyn, where I grew up, and we would be looking for girls, you know, and those teenage girls at the time, as us being teenagers, they weren't wearing no makeup. They don't know nothing about no makeup or anything like that. Our parents would be wearing makeup when they go to work, you know. So I'd be like, "Woman, you're cute. You don't need no makeup. Original cute body. You will make man mud up. Mud up means crazy. Oh wow, you don't need this." That's what that means. That's how "I Like to Move It" came about.
Yeah, so the song is a bit like an ode to women.
Yes, it's like an anthem song for women.
So do you remember how long it took you to finish the lyrics?
Actually, it took me like 5 minutes.
Wow.
5 minutes for that song.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
So is it true that Erick asked you to do more like the raspy voice, like the Cookie Monster voice?
Yes.
Yeah.
He likes that voice. He likes that voice a lot. So when we did "I Like to Move It," I did it in two different voice. I did the hook in the deep voice. "I like to move it," and then I did the other words, the verses in my regular voice. "All girls all over the world, woman you're cute, and you don't need no makeup. Original cute body, you want make man mother, woman you're cute, and you don't need." From he tell me you can repeat your words, I was like, "Woman you're cute," and you know, just give it that swing and give it that move, and that's how it came about, you know.
So it went like really quick.
Really quick, yeah, because I could sing fast, you know. Yeah.
So the instrumental part that was like already done then, I guess.
Yeah, he had already made that. I think we were getting ready to travel to Europe, and before we travel, we would be in the studio all day and night in the studio, and he would just be making beats, making music, and I would be there just writing, coming up with ideas of hooks with songs and everything like that. But I Like to Move It took 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was your first release ever?
First release of an actual song, not just a hook, but a hook with verses. That was my first record.
Oh, that was a good start.
Yes, that was a good start.
Yeah. So can you tell a bit more about what happened after when I Like to Move It got released? I know it became like a big hit in the clubs, but was it a radio hit straight away as well?
Oh my God, it were everywhere. When we first heard that the song got picked up by Positiva EMI, I think we were in Chicago. We were in Chicago doing, I think we were doing promoting Go On Move and all the other stuff that Erick had. And I think Erick got a phone call stating that we was to travel to England for 2 weeks. We had 22 shows.
Wow.
In 2 weeks. And he was like, come on, we're going. I was happy, excited, At that time, I didn't own that voice yet, the rough voice, because when I used to sing it used to hurt my throat. I used to get Ludens for my throat and everything, drink tea after singing I Like to Move, and then I would get hoarse and everything. But you can't tell me nothing now. I own that voice right now. Yeah.
So there wasn't really internet at that time. So how did you and Erick got updates about sales and chart positions?
I was more focused on going out there and performing. Erick was more behind the scenes, and he would, Erick was also the manager at the time, because I guess he wanted to do that manager. No one could have managed better than him at that time, because he wants to always make sure that everything is perfect when we go out there until he finds someone to manage,
Yeah.
I would always writing and focusing on going into the studio and writing and getting stuff done. So everything else on the charts, he would know everything about that, But it was pretty good, Seeing the song #1 in certain countries and everything, like Holland.
Yeah.
I got my first award here in Amsterdam. My ever first plaque. Right here.
Special place here for you.
Special place, you know what I'm saying?
Do you remember hearing I Like to Move It on the radio for the first time?
When I heard I Like to Move It on the first time in New York, I ran and told all my friends, my song is playing on the radio. They didn't believe, until they heard it, and when they hear it, they was like, oh man, I'm happy for you. You're gonna be, just good words of confidence.
That must be so unreal to hear your own track on the radio for the first time.
Yes, it was. I can hear it right now as you talk about it. I can hear it right now. I was so happy.
Yeah.
Very, very happy.
We already said, I Like to Move It became a top 10 hit in lots of countries, and in some countries it even made it to the #1 position in the charts. Did you expect that the track would become this big?
When we first recorded the track, we had no idea that it would have went so huge. All I can remember is going to every club and arena to perform, and I was to get my hair done, my outfits done different. I had to come out looking like a stuntman, because when people hear my name, the stuntman, they would think I would really go and do a stunt. But I'm doing a stunt when I start writing my lyrics, that's me doing a stunt. When I'm in the booth rapping, that's me doing a stunt. When I'm on stage singing for my fans, that's me doing a stunt. I don't have to jump off of a cliff in order to be a stuntman, A stuntman would do things that other people would not dare to do, and I go into the booth and create stunts, and here I am.
Yeah. So I guess the TV performances and live gigs all started around that time as well?
Yes. Everything was like just coming at us. We would go to gigs in clubs, whether it's small venues, the big venues, we were there. We were everywhere.
Do you still remember your very first TV performance ever?
TV performance?
Yeah.
I think my first TV performance was, I think Canada. If I remember right, I think it was Canada on The Word. Oh. The name of it was The Word. But I think we traveled to, no, it has to be England because we went there first.
Okay.
We went there first. So I think it was MTV. I think we were on MTV first.
And the time they were still playing music.
Yes, because when we were traveling, we had was to do 22 shows plus TV. So it was England. England was the first.
Wow.
From there, everywhere else.
Yeah. So do you have any idea how many copies of I Like to Move It have been sold worldwide during all those years?
Back then in 1994, 3 million copies.
Wow.
Back then, and probably still growing, you know? But back then it was actually 3 million copies that sold, yeah.
Yeah, because these days the song is, it has been used in several TV series and movies, and also new versions appeared in, for example, Madagascar. Do you remember what your reaction was when you found out they were going to use your song in the movie?
I did not believe that my song were coming out in a movie, you know, a cartoon. You know, I had to see it to believe it, because we grew up on cartoons like Woody Woodpecker, Bugs Bunny, and all of that stuff, you know. And I actually went to see the movie. And I was sitting in the audience, you know, no one know me, and I'm in the audience, and I'm watching the movie, and then the part came up where they went and they did like that, and the song, I saw King Julian start singing, I like the movie. My thing was, I was listening to King Julian, how he was singing the song, and the way how he came about the rest of the words. I mean, everyone could sing I Like to Move It, but when he starts singing the actual words, even though they switched up some of it to make it funny, I was amazed by him just catching the words, and he said it perfectly. And Sacha Baron is the voice behind King Julian, and for him to catch it, I was amazed. I was happy. I was like, wow, I thought no one could have done it. You know, but they actually did it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So besides TV series and movies, I Like to Move It also has been used in several video games and lots of commercials as well. For example, brands such as McDonald's, Jeep, Toyota, and even Durex use it in their commercials. Which one is your favorite commercial?
My favorite commercial? Oh man. Let me see. It's so many commercials they had. I love the Jeep commercial. I saw the Jeep commercial. I saw the McDonald's commercial. I love them all. Yeah. I love them all. I'm not gonna say I love this one better than that one. Well, I just love to hear my voice, and where it went. It was amazing to me. It's still amazing to me now. Yeah.
So I'm sure I Like to Move It has really changed your life. What is your personal highlight when it comes to the release of I Like to Move It?
My personal highlight? My personal highlight of the song. I mean, you know, when I started singing the song, I was pretty slim. When we did the video in New York, it was really cold that day. And I came out with my long short, you know, my long pants, my short, and it was so freezing. I mean, that was the great highlight, because, you know, I didn't have on no coat. I just had on my gear. If you saw the video, it was really cold. It was like 20 below, and that's like, I had to do it. If we had to make a great video for the song, I had to do it, and I did my best on the video, and that was my personal highlight.
Yeah. So you're still touring all around the world these days. What is the funniest thing that ever happened during a show?
The funniest thing, I can give you some funny thing. The funniest thing ever happened to me was I was performing, and I can't remember where this gig was, if it was in Germany or France or wherever. It was really big arena, and I was performing, and I came too close to the end of the stage, and one of my feet went down. And I mean, the crowd, they pushed me back up, but it was like, oh my God, I hurt in my leg, but I kept on singing, you know? So when I perform, I start looking at the stage,
But you did not fall?
No, I did not fall over, but it just one leg slipped. And I was like, oh, you know, back then I'm slim, so I had a lot of energy, so I would just got up like really quick. And then another incident, we were in Russia. And we was in St. Petersburg, Russia. It was 500,000 people.
Wow.
I think it was the square, St. Petersburg Square, and they had 500,000 people. I was performing. I like to move it, and we would see the army coming in and they would hit the people, like react. You know, like they can't react. Like you're supposed to stand up and watch the show. So I had stopped singing. And I was like, what's going on? Every time I sing and the people just running in, beating these people that's trying to have a good time. They was like, no, you keep doing what you're doing. They regular, they used to that. So I just kept singing. People just kept getting beat up, taken away, man, woman, to the little paddy wagon they had. I didn't understand that, you know? But I kept on singing, and those are so many memories.
Yeah.
Another incident happened. My road manager at the time, his name is Barry James. He lives in England. We were somewhere overseas, and that gig, I did not make the gig, and he was to perform because I were not there. And the promoters, they were like, where's Stuntman? Why he's not here? You're gonna have to go and sing, you know? And he went, because he had dreads too, he went on the stage to sing. My dancers were there and everything. And when the song came out, he came out with the mic trying to imitate me and everything. And he was so shocked by the fans, and he dropped the microphone on the stage. And when he bent down like this to say, to touch the fan hand, one of the fans said, "You're not the mad Stuntman." So he left there and he went to the other side of the stage. You know, that's a fun memory, and he still has it. He still has that footage. I'm trying to get him to send me that footage. So precious footage, you know?
Yeah, it must be funny.
Yeah. Those are my memories of me performing.
Yeah, I'm sure you can write a book about it.
Definitely write a book.
So besides performing, what are you up to these days?
These days I'm working on the Mad Stuntman project. Back then was Reel to Reel featuring the Mad Stuntman, and right now is the Mad Stuntman. Over the years I've been working on albums, you know, producing myself and working with other producers from overseas. Like I did an album, it's called The Unleash of the Mad Stuntman. And I've worked with 2 producers from Switzerland, you know. And also I'm working with other new producers now. I'm also myself. I make sure anything that I do, I produce it myself, or produce it with someone else. You know, I just don't have a producer just producing and giving it to me. I want to make sure I have input in everything that's being done now to be out there. You know, it has to be good. It has to be proper. Yeah.
So what can we expect from the Mad Stuntman in the next few years?
Next few years, you can expect my brand new single. It's called It's Your Birthday. And it's a great birthday song. It's a new anthem birthday song. You're gonna love it, from the kids, from the teenagers, our age, older. Everyone is gonna love it. And also 2 singles came up before, which is, I did a song with Cutty Ranks. Are you familiar with Cutty Ranks? He also has that song called, Dame tu cosita. Uy, dame tu cosita. You ever heard that song? It's a Spanish reggaeton song, and they use his voice in there. Yeah, Cutty Ranks, he's a legend from Jamaica. He's known back in them days. I used to listen to him too. He's also one of the artists I used to listen to with his vibes, just chanting away.
And the last question, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Pineapple on pizza? Yes.
Good.
I love pineapple on pizza.
I'll join the club. Well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck with everything.
Thank you so much. Look out for the Mad Stuntman. I have new music coming with CNC Music Factory, which is Freedom Williams. We have new music coming together. Also a new artist, her name is Brenda O'Sullivan. You know, she's also an actress. And also I'm working right now currently with Cissy Peniston.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. We're working on a really nice track.
So lots of stuff to come.
Look out.
Okay.
I also have a song. It's called Put Down the Guns. It's for the teenagers that, you know, a lot of killings going on, and in different countries. You know, it's not just at your home, but it's worldwide. You know, and we're trying to get that song out so everyone could, you know, put down the gun.
Yeah,
you know.
like a song with a message.
Yes, a song with a message.
Okay.
Yeah. So look out for the Mad Stuntman. I'm coming. Reality TV show is also in the works as well. So I'm gonna be there. I'm working on my my weight. I'm gonna take the diet journey, and you guys gonna see me for the future. You're gonna see me looking really good. We're gonna move it in a different style.
So instead of the Mad Stuntman, it's going to be the busy Stuntman.
It's gonna be the Mad Busy Stuntman. And I want to thank my management, my manager Preston Sullivan, for doing a wonderful job.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.